Hello and welcome back. I am TheDimitrii and this is my first video of the year. We made it. From now on, I am trying a different approach to the videos I am making because I am not giving any more regular updates on the map I'm working on. But just in case anyone is wondering, the map is at a stage where I am detailing it, and so far I'm pretty satisfied with the result. So far I have worked a lot on CT spawn, a big part of B site, and I have done some reworking on the secret entrance to B site. But enough about that, let's move on to the video. If you're not a purist and don't like to always just use the regular textures that Hammer Editor comes with and enjoy playing around with Photoshop or any other editing software to make your own textures, this is the right video for you. I will show you how I make my own seamless textures. For this video we will be using Photoshop because I know Photoshop, but you can probably do this with any other editing software. I just don't know how. In the second part of the video I want to kick off a new section I want to start working with, and that is recommending workshop maps. I will probably choose all the maps I am recommending from the Map Inc. Discord server. In case you haven't heard about it yet, Map Inc. is this really new community of map makers that sort of came to life around this YouTube channel. I wasn't planning on doing it, but I just had to do it because it was pretty weird having a community called TheDimitrii. I mean, I felt weird about it. Anyway, mapping, you have the link in the description. If you are a map maker, go ahead, join it. I promise you will fit in whether you are just starting off with map making or you are an experienced map maker. Just try it out. Let's not waste any more time and just jump into Photoshop. So we have Photoshop open here. This is just a photo I snapped with my phone. I just came across this grassy thing at some point and snapped a photo of it. I thought I'd just put it on a map and hey, why not make a video of it? So first things first, let's just make a new file. Usually when I make my textures, I use either 512 textures or 1024 textures. I don't go any higher because it's CSGO and I just want the texture files to be small, and small files also work. You don't really need those 4K textures inside CSGO yet. So 512 per 512 with a 75 pixel per inch, that's just perfect. Then we just choose create. Get your texture, get your photo inside your new file and just reposition it so that it sort of looks good. One really important thing about the textures is the scale of them. So basically, if you have like pebbles or grass or whatever, it would be really weird if they were too small or they were too big compared to the player size. But at the same time, you could also adjust this in the texture scale inside Hammer. So I will just roughly align this photo here so that I have mostly grass in it. There you go. I think that's good enough. So then what I want to do is just color correct it a bit because it feels a bit cold. So what I do is add a new adjustment layer with color balance. And in the color balance gauges, I just maybe add more yellow to it, just a tiny bit. And maybe more red. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I really hope I got the scale right here. Yeah, we'll test it afterwards. I will flatten all of this. Flatten image. Okay. Then what you want to do is crop out the image. So just choose your crop tool and just hit enter once so that you crop everything to a square. And now comes the fun part. Basically what happens with the seamless textures. A seamless texture means that if you take two of these textures, let me just duplicate them like this, and you put them one next to each other like this, they should create a seam without having a line between them. But right now, if we look at this texture, you can see that you can clearly see there's a line there. So we will fix that right now. What you want to do is go to Filter, Other, Offset. Now, the offset pixel will offset your image either horizontally or vertically with the number of pixels you input. So if our texture is 512 per 512, first you want to offset it to half that size. So 512 divided by 2 is 256. That means that what you're going to do is go minus 256 and hit OK. Now you see it's offset and we have the line there. Now what you want to do is just patch up this middle part using either the spot healing tool or the clone stamp. I will be using the clone stamp tool this time. So just make your brush bigger, leave the hardness less than 50 just to have a smooth edge to the brush. And then what you want to do is with Alt, sample a piece of grass, for example, and then you can just paint over it like this. Sample from here or here and just fix this line so that it's not that visible. I see I have my opacity down. Yeah. Just fix the line. Just keep doing this until you're happy with the result and don't have too much repetition, of course, in it. There you go. I think that will work. So once you are satisfied with the result, what you want to do is go back up to filter, other, offset, and bring it back to normal, basically. So now we're at 0, and what you want to do is go plus 256. Okay, and now your picture is back to normal. Now let's move on to the vertical part of it. Go to filter, other, offset. Horizontally we leave it at 0, and vertically we go minus 256. Okay, then you just repeat the entire process. Blend this all together just to have a seamless cut, but be careful, don't go all the way to the edge, because if you work on these two edges here, you will just mess up what we did in the earlier step. So, and then go back to filter, other, offset, 256, and you should have your texture ready and seamless. Now all we have to do is jump into Hammer Editor and test this out. First, let's just save it. I'll save it on my desktop as a PNG file and call it grass test, and then open up PDF edit, create a new file just from the desktop. I will take my grass test 512, that's great, nearest number of 2, okay. And then what I want to do is save this out as a new VTF, call it grass test, save, and there it is. Obviously take this file and just put it into my CSGO folder, apps, common, Counter-Strike, CSGO, materials, I'll go with TheDimitrii and just copy it here, open it up, and tools, create VMT file, grass test, no bump map, options, I want this to sound like grass, I guess, create, why do you put it there? I think I have it here, okay, materials, Dimitrii grass test VMT, save, done. Let's test it out in Hammer Editor. Okay, so we have TheDimitrii opened up here and we want to test this grass with it. So let's just put some grass here on this brush. What you want to do is let's go to our face editor and look for grass. Better yet, yeah, it's right there, but let's do it like this. Dimitrii, and then we have all the textures in the Dimitrii folder. As you can see, I have made a lot of custom textures already. So let's open this up and just apply it here. As you can see, it is seamless. It is a bit repetitive, but yeah, I think it works. Let's check that out in game. So here we are. As you can see, yeah, it is pretty repetitive, but it is seamless. You can see the seams, you can see, so yeah, it works pretty well. Just make sure to find a texture that doesn't have too much difference to it. The other way to work around this is just maybe to use some overlay textures of other stuff and just combine it with something, especially if you have one of these foliage textures. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Hey Chris. I should play more. This is a cool game. That's it for textures. I hope my method helps you out in your projects. Now it's time to take a look at a cool workshop map. For the first map, I want to take a look at CS Bird, or just Bird, made by Ringel? I think it's Ringel. He's from Germany. I have linked the map in the description of the video so everyone can hop in and check it out. First of all, I want to point out that CS Bird has been awarded the Community Choice for Visuals in the 2020 Map Inc. Discord server competition. At the end of each year, all the maps that have been playtested on the server have the opportunity to sign up for a yearly contest that is hosted on the Discord server for the community. This being said, Community Choice for Visuals, well, all I can say is that it deserves it. Let's take a look at the map. CS Bird. The map itself does not feel like a CSGO map at all. When I first played it, it almost felt like I was just wandering the halls of some sort of an art museum as I uncovered all the small subtle details that the map maker used. All of these small details, I think, are just the maker's signature, and this gives the map a very personal touch. At one point I started to feel like I am getting to know the artist behind his work of art. As the map name already suggested, it's filled with birds. Birds flying in the sky, artworks with birds, and last but not least, a bunch of small birds scattered all around the entire play area. Try to find all of them and let me know how many you got in the comment section. As for playstyle, it's a hostage scenario with 2 bomb sites. Yeah, bomb sites, but you can't really plant bombs on them. There's an A site and a B site where you can recover hostages that you then take through the entire map to the rescue zone. Design-wise, the map reminds me of a Tim Burton movie, so it's almost like a fairy tale. The colorful buildings and rich terrain creates a dreamy world that is really ripped from reality, and put into the CSGO context, it actually feels weirdly pleasant to play. Overall, the map itself is far from being a competitive CSGO map, but if you want to play a CSGO game with a nice twist to it and an entirely new experience, I totally recommend giving it a go with friends. The last important aspect of the map is that it does not use any boxes for cover. If you hop on the map and explore it, you will also find an Easter egg in relation to this, but I will not spoil it for you. Congratulations Ringel for your beautiful map, and I hope to see more of your work in the future. If you are a map maker and are looking for a fresh new community to join, I have just the thing for you. Join Mapping. It's that easy. Never heard of it? We are a small community of map makers that help each other out, but also playtest our own maps on our own server, on our own time. Yeah. If you want to know more, hop on to TheDimitrii.com for more info. And I hope to see you on the server. Thank you so much for joining me in 2021, and I hope you join me again for the next video. If you like my content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and follow me on all the social media channels that I never use. Make sure to check out TheDimitrii.com for more info on Map Inc. and other stuff. As always, until next time, stay safe, stay inside, and play video games. See you next time.